everyone, and welcome back to the 4040 Network. I am your host, Granny She Is, and I am joined by my two fabulous, amazing co-hosts. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves because we have a fabulous show for
Jay,
you guys. Go ahead on. Who wants to
that's
go
right. Everybody,
first?
what's up? It's Jayhawk over here, guys. What's going on?
And who else we got?
What up, world? It's Whoa, man. CEO IMO Media Group, host of IMO Podcast, and part of the 4040 Network. Y'all
Whoop,
know how we
whoop,
do
whoop.
it around here. Goddamn it. Listen, if you're going to tune in tonight and you think you're going to just watch and be don't even do it. We have a comment section. Jump in it. We want to hear from you because we like y'all.
Right to him.
Makes sense?
It
Okay.
makes
Let's
sense.
get it.
Let's get into it. So, first and foremost, before we get into our topic tonight, which of course is social media, got the dating game fucked up. It really do. It got effed up all the way up 360
Mm.
degrees, 180 degrees, however you want to say it, it's got it messed up. But before we get into it, my subscriber count is growing. So thank you so much for that. Thank you and welcome new members of the 4040 Network. We
Way to
appreciate
go.
you. So yeah, I think we had like 30 something thousand views, which blew my mind. And we're starting to grow
Boom.
rapidly. And YouTube has spoken because the audience will tell you what they want to see and not want to see, and they want to see more shorts that are funny. So I will be putting out more shorts that are funny. So yay! I get to
Hey.
stretch and flex my comedic muscles in this bitch. So
What? What?
in this bitch. So let's go.
Mm.
Let's go. So thank you all so much for that. And for those of you who have been requesting or have called me, messaged me, text me, and asked how Wayne and I and Jonathan are streaming across our platforms and how we're doing this as a very small, right now I'm going to call us micro creators and micro channels
Yep.
because we're brand new and growing. I am going to put a video together for that because I
Mm-hmm.
get it. I was there. We've been on the air for 2 years now with the 4040 Network. It was originally All Things
Mm-hmm.
Undone podcast where we talk about
Mm-hmm.
life after divorce and how to move forward successfully. Now we're just talking about life out of any kind of fucked up event and how to move forward successfully. Because
Life
that's
be lifing.
life is life. Life is so hard right now. Which brings us to what we wanted to talk about tonight. Y'all, the dating game is absolutely bananas, and it's not just from a female perspective, it's not just from a male perspective. It doesn't matter if you identify as non-binary, heterosexual, homosexual, lesbian, whatever that you male, female, trans. It
However
is
you get it in.
categorically, thank you, messed up on all levels, and I 100% blame social media. The
What?
disillusionment is high.
Wait a minute. You can't
What?
blame. I
Well, I
mean,
can't.
come
Fight
on. I
me.
mean, we all we are all loving Beyonce's internet right now. You know what I'm saying? So look,
Is it Beyonce's internet? I thought it was Sexy Reds right now.
Hey, man,
uh,
I'm sorry. I'm old. I thought it was Al Gore's internet.
I thought it was Trump's
mm,
internet. If we really want to
Okay.
get down to business.
no, no. Well, you know what, Cat? Cat is still holding his own. So
I'm the one who created and owns the internet.
He owns the internet. He
It's
said it.
mine. I own it. I run it.
Okay, listen,
Put
y'all.
my
What I just
balls
said.
all over it. It's
Fake
mine.
news. Fake news. Fake news. Fake news. Okay. It's all
is
fake
he
news.
sharing it with Elon? He's sharing it with Elon.
Oh
According
yeah.
to that, have
It's
you seen the video? Somebody put an AI video out of
oh
Trump
Lord.
sucking his toes,
Oh Lord. No, I
and
haven't
he's
seen
sucking
that.
Musk's toes.
That's crazy. That is bananas. But this is the video. This is the audio clip that made me want to talk about this. And we're gonna let you hear the audio of it. We're gonna go on mute so you can listen to what's the person's name, the creator's name, past tense. What's her name?
From the video. That young lady's name is Past Perfect with Yaya
Past
on
perfect with
IG.
Yaya.
Yaya.
Past Perfect with Yaya.
Okay, she's on IG. And
Yeah.
I want us to listen to just a little bit of what she says. We may not listen to the whole clip, but I do want us to hear the first part of what she says. So I'm gonna go on mute. Jonathan's gonna go on mute so y'all can hear.
Mm-hmm.
You probably were introduced.
Wait a minute. All right.
So you've been with me for a while. You probably were introduced to me when I made the video about the man who made reservations. I made a video saying I met a man on a dating app, and he told me he made reservations at an Italian restaurant. And I said, I don't eat Italian food, or I don't prefer it, rather. But please keep the reservations, because nobody has made reservations like that for me in a while. Just made the plans. And if you remember, I said, where's my eyelash glue? Well, I'm still with that man. Here we are 3 years later. We have traveled to many countries, many cities, many road trips. We've lived in different houses and done different things. And I say all that to say, I remember so many people clowning me, saying that that was the bare minimum. How dare you get excited for that? That's why the bar is so low, because of women like you. And every day this man reminds me that I made the right decision by putting on my dress to impress him. And that had I listened to them, I would not be living in Santa Barbara, California right now with the man I'm about to go to Turkey with.
You can stop it right there. What she just said. She put a video up, y'all, 3 years ago on TikTok. And I'm currently not on TikTok right now just because I deleted the app and now it's just now available in America as of maybe a week and a half ago to re-download. And I haven't done that yet. Long story short, on that video 3 years ago, she was saying how she met this guy and she got dragged for that. Just for wanting to be, as they say nowadays, the buzzword, she's in her feminine energy and she wanted to look nice for this guy. She wanted to impress him. And it was a long time since she felt that way. She's still with that man. Here's the thing with social media. Everyone has, what did the teachers used to tell us back in the day? Just like assholes, everyone
Everybody's
has
got
an
one.
opinion. Everyone got one. Everybody got one. We have got to stop allowing the disillusionment of the internet, of social media, to dictate to us how we're going to move in the real world. Glorilla said it best. The internet's a fairy tale. And if you get caught up in the fairy tale, you will miss the blessings and the fruits of real life. Okay. And it's happening far too often. This is one of the reasons why I'm not dating right now. And I have gone on a few dates. What? Hello?
Hello. I mean, I am Woe Podcast here, and I know damn well we've done told people for years
Yes.
the internet is not a real place.
It is not.
It's made
so
up.
many dirty secrets of. Everything that you see is really a facade.
It really is. I
It's
think
a
what social
fugazi.
media has done for us is it has made it available for all of us to live a lifelong dream, and that is to be on TV, to be worldwide in some way. Because before the invention of the internet, the only way we saw other people, the only way we socialized with other people is we wrote letters. We talked to them on an actual telephone. We saw them in real life at school or church or at a party. That's how we socialized.
Man.
Right?
Hey, man, listen. Why you think the first day of school was really so big?
It was so exciting.
Outfit was one thing, but I'm finna see people I ain't seen in 2.5 months.
Right.
And for some of us, we grew. I need them to see how to put these 3-4 inches in height on. In other areas for young ladies, I need these young boys to see these titties out of them grew.
Right.
These hips that them started to spread. But I need to see my people I ain't see, because unless you went to church with them, we damn sure wasn't seeing you like that.
Right.
Especially if you was traveling all summer. You ain't see none of your friends.
You was at grandma's house, baby.
And your grandma lived way in the country. You didn't see nobody but the garden and the cows and the pigs and chickens.
Speaking
and
of
your
which,
cousins that were there with you.
Let me just say hello. What up, Rankin County? I definitely need to give a shout out to some people back home, man, in Rankin County, man. Look, it's a hard hit going on in a neighborhood that my father grew up, and we're losing our people left and right. Elderly, it really don't have an age limit, man. So just want to say what's up and send love to Rankin County.
Oh man,
what's up, man?
Okay. Shout out to them. Shout out to Lincoln County. Shout out to Washington
Mhm.
Parish in my hometown. Hey,
Mhm.
Brookhaven. We got to give them a shout out.
And
Yep.
But yes,
Hattiesburg, what up?
Yeah.
That's always on.
Stand up.
What's up?
And
The Berg.
Hattiesburg, always
The
on.
Berg.
What's
In
up?
the Berg. In the Berg. Y'all, I forgot what I was going to say. That is crazy what you just said about death is no respecter of person, but I'm not going to get too
No.
far off topic. So prayers to those. But yeah, it's crazy. Communication back then was different. We memorized things. My daughter called me from her job the other day and she said, Mom, where can I get a phone book? I said, an actual phone book with people's addresses in it.
In the museum.
Yes, in the
Yellow
museum.
In a museum these days, right?
Museum, because
Here lies the yellow pages. People used to use this when they were.
Yeah, I said, what do you need it
I ain't gonna
for?
even lie to you. I'm this old. When you say phone book, I think of Sophia Petrillo. You know what she used to sit on to steal them cars on the Golden Girls. I'm sorry, that's the phone book's missing. Mom, like, yep, she gone.
Actual phone books. But now with privacy acts and things in place, of course, you cannot have everybody in a certain area, in certain demographics, information in a big ass book. But this is how much the times have changed. And my youngest daughter, when she was a baby, the phone book was maybe this thin after being this thick for
Yep.
years and years and years. And then it was this thin by the time she came around. And then, of course, they went away. So I told my daughter, go check the library. Maybe the library has an old copy or some kind of relic copy. No, there are no, you will be hard pressed to find an actual phone book. So if you all have phone books, that's one of those things that is probably one of those items, a collector's items nowadays.
If
If you
you
can
have
find a
an
phone book,
encyclopedia,
Bruh.
set of encyclopedias.
a
You
full
remember-
set too,
you
a
remember-
full set.
Yeah, a full
The time
set.
before we used to have to dial with area codes, we could just dial 7 digits.
Yep, I remember that.
Yep,
Not now.
I remember that.
That's how you really knew where a person was from, though.
And this is so crazy
Mhm.
because we remember our grandmom's number. Like I remember my grandmom's number to this day. I remember my grandmom's number. I remember our house number. I remember my mother-in-law's house, my ex-mother-in-law's house number. I remember my mom and dad's house number, but I cannot remember cell phone numbers today. We had to call for the weather. And I know
Yep.
a little bit off
I remember
topic,
that.
but we would call to get the time and the weather. But now that we have cell phones, we don't have to do that anymore. So these handy gadgets are indeed handy for some things. It makes like easier checking the weather, checking the time, getting in touch with people. It's a beautiful thing, but it's also decreased our ability in our skills to actively communicate with one another on the very basic level. Sender and receiver messages, they get so misconstrued because in text messaging and in social media messaging, the emotion is lost.
There's
In
no
the
tone.
words, there's no tone. And because
So
there's
are you
no
saying
tone,
high tech?
You know how many arguments I done had with people? Because they be saying stuff like, why you yelling? I was just typing and I didn't realize my caps locked.
yeah, but
Like,
here's the thing,
what?
that's it. We're
Who you
tone
hollering
deaf.
at? Why you yelling at people? I was like, I could have swore it was just a message.
Yeah, no, you can't type in all caps. All caps, that is yelling. That's construed as yelling now.
I mean, I get that now, but I'm talking about like early on back then. I ain't think none of it because I'm like, oh, it's a message. It don't have volume.
So Grannee, what are you saying? Are you saying that it's high tech, low touch now?
I think it made us tone deaf, and to some degree we are out of touch because what further heightened our isolation from one another is COVID hit. And everyone became conditioned because life is all about conditioning. That's why we go through 12 to 13 years of public school or private school, because they're preparing us to be conditioned to work for 5 straight days for anywhere from 8 to 12 hours and more a day, and be off for 2 days and pay taxes, refried taxes over free fried taxes on the income that we make. We're conditioned to accept these circumstances.
Conditions.
So this is what's happened now with social media. We've been conditioned to live our lives virtually. And although in theory, in movies that I used to watch, like
The Matrix.
and The Matrix might be a little true. It's a movie Bruce Willis was in, and it was called something about Unstoppable, but it was where they stayed in the house and their avatars went out for them. And their avatars
I
couldn't
think I
be
remember something
harmed
about that.
or anything like that. And so the real person never came out of the house. Only their
Mm,
Avatar came out for them. And this was
mm,
before Avatar came out. I have to look the movie up. But it was a movie that Bruce Willis was in. If somebody watches this even now or later and you know that movie, please put it in. I forget, it was called Superhumans or something. It was a 90s movie. And he ended up having to discard that and come out in his real fleshly body to actually fight crime or something. But I don't know, it was a long time ago. But I feel like that's what we've
mhm,
gotten to. That movie was fiction, and now in modern day we find ourselves, some people are really afraid. Like what is that word, when you, agoraphobia is probably up. That's something we need to look into. I
mm.
bet the
Afraid to
agoraphobe
get
number,
outside.
afraid to go outside.
Outside. Hmm.
Outside is scary, and people, it
Surrogate.
would seem that people are wicked. Look at the news and how they have put us in an echo chamber to where they only show us all the negativity all day, 24/7, 7 days a week, constantly. And you have to dig pretty hard to find the feel good stories. That's not something that's permanent anymore. Back when the Good Morning America was on and the Today Show was on with
Hmm.
Katie Couric and Matt Lauer. And what's the one that did the weather, the black guy? Um,
Al Roker.
Al Roker.
Al Roker. Hmm.
Every single day they would do the weather, they would tell you the news, and most of the news was bad, but they would always have that snippet of good news in there. Every single show they would have like a slice of pie type of story, right? Something to make you feel good. That is gone now. News is just 24/7, and it's relentless and it's ugly. 9 times out of 10, we're not going to touch on politics today because that shit is just very heavy, and I just don't want to even deal
Yeah.
with it right now. But this is what I was saying with that. Communications. I've been divorced now for going on 5 years. And I can count on my hands the number of people that I have dated in this 5 year span. One was a 70-year-old white man. He was a boomer, he was a Trump supporter, and he loved black women, but his perspective on black men, I had to let that man go quick, because no sir. No, sir. But he loved black women. He had to go. The next guy
What is
was
there? Who doesn't love black women? I mean, oh, yeah, it's a group of black men that don't like black.
you see me
I'm
blinking
not
my
gonna talk
eyes
about
because
them.
that's a whole different topic for another day.
I mean, I seen some UFC fight interview with RG3, and I think that's his wife, and he came out and was talking about how he stopped dating black women because they used to bully him.
Oh,
And
wow.
now he was like, he goes to other, family events, barbecues, this, and that. And he's like, yeah, I show up. I'm the only one with a white woman on my arm. Y'all got the problem, not me. Fuck. What?
There was an article I saw today, and it was a mixed couple. They're young. It was a young black fellow, young white woman, and they went out to a bar and were dancing, and maybe something transpired. She got home and she shot him to death, but she claimed when the police came that she was cleaning her weapon,
I
and they
seen
took his
that.
body away. No charges. He hadn't been arrested or whatever. So
Her dad is the
thing,
chief of police.
ah,
Her dad is the chief of police. That's probably another reason why she hadn't been arrested.
there we go.
We got to
There we
put that
go.
one on the docket to talk about.
Yeah,
There
she
we
came
go.
home at 5:00 in the morning. Apparently shot him, but she claimed she came home from the club to clean her weapon.
Why would you come home from the club to clean your weapon?
At 5 a.m.
Why would you be cleaning a loaded weapon in the beginning? First, for any type of gun safety lets you know you are supposed to take any ammunition out.
Wait, how we get on
before
this
you do
subject? Who's the
anything.
girl? I don't know what's her name.
I'll share with you off air because it was an article.
We'll put a pin in there.
I'll go down there. Let's
Yeah,
put a pin in there.
we'll put a
That's
pin
a
in that
rabbit
one.
hole.
Cheryl, I want to
Yeah.
jump on something you said though, because this is my challenge to the people. Because you're talking about communication.
Right.
This is right up the alley of the video that I actually seen. A little lengthy, but y'all stay with me because I actually feel like it's important. Like for real, it's important. All right. So yeah, stay with us. Like, don't go nowhere.
I wish that whatever percentage of men have never hollered at a girl could understand the exhilaration of it working. Like just the whole process of it when we were younger. When you didn't have cell phones. I'm talking about back in the time where you had to be like, hey, Miss Williams, may I speak to Charlene, please? And she was like, hey, how you doing? I'm doing fine, ma'am. How are you? Hold on. Charlene! You know what I'm saying? Like that time was different. Me sitting around with y'all being like, yeah, y'all, I'm gonna holler at the one in the green. Like, Chan, which one you like? Like, Fred, which, you know what I'm saying? So first we had to divvy out which ones we like, because maybe we like the same one. Or if the entire group of them was good looking, now you just gotta send the one who could break the ice. So it might be you, but like, Chan, you just go say what's up, then we all gonna come over there. But we ain't gonna really choose none. Whichever one choose us, that's how we rocking, right? Like
that's a life skill.
And so then, when you walk over and you come back and you like, I got the digits. Like she either wrote it on your hand or she wrote it on a piece of paper. That was it. Like, and you know how many times I sat in the mirror and said, hey, I'm RC. Hey, nice to meet you before I went to the dance. I practiced that jump because I wanted to know how she was going to see my face when I told her this, right? And of course, women want that, right? Because for them, it feel good to be wanted in person. Yep. The dudes who are under 25 who don't want to do it, they're stupid because it'll actually put you ahead of the game because everybody got a dating app now. Now, here's the other piece of
I'm gonna stop right though, because
that's a whole different time period.
The Pivot podcast, they do an amazing job. But they're mostly, if you know them, and they usually talk mostly sports or whatever. They do talk a lot of life too. They do talk a lot of life, mental health issues. I love what they do with the Pivot. But this conversation though, I feel like it tied into what we're talking about tonight.
Absolutely.
Because the art of conversation, the art of preparation, the art of being personal, shit is gone.
Only a few.
Listen, if you're tuning in tonight, I told you, don't be quiet. Come on in here.
Very disturbing too.
Yeah, come on in here. Yeah, this is something else. You know, it's a lost art. So just today. So today I just snatched my wife up. I took her to lunch, right? From work. So we were with weird. And so I held the door open for my wife, but then there were two slightly more mature Black women that were coming in after. And so I held the door for them, and they said something to me, and I said something very nice back to them. And one of them, she's, a little bit elderly. She looked up at me and she looked me up and down. She said, if I wasn't married,
oh Lord,
I flirt with you. Because now, first of all, I was laughing right inside, but it was just the conversation piece. Because she saw that was different. Me holding a door, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to just being chivalry, especially to people who are just, I don't know what happened to that. But just a little back and forth between me and the ladies. And she was like, that's different. People are thirsting for some type of connection. Right. I think that's where we are now. Because we've had artificial all this time. It's artificial. The website is artificial.
That Wayne that we just saw in that video clip, and I don't watch that podcast. I'm have to check them out. The Pivot, but the guy said he would have to practice in the mirror, right? He would practice in the mirror what he was going to say, and I remember doing that as a teenager too, practicing in the mirror, like the imaginary conversations that we would have, right? Hey fam, what's up? Welcome. The imaginary conversations we would have. And I teach that in communication courses. That that is one of the things that we practice when we're teaching about communication and how to facilitate and present if you are an instructor. We practice. And I think because social media has made it so easy to just jump online and have these casual conversations, we have lost that practice piece. We don't practice to perform. Another thing that we do when we learn to be trainers and we're training people how to do anything from teaching kids to teaching adults, we practice to perform. That's gone out the window now. It's like our brains have been muted. That part of our brain has been turned off. And I want it to be turned back on so bad because I miss conversation, human connection. Pavlov's dogs. When we learned about Pavlov's
Mm-hmm.
hierarchy of needs, I think
Mm-hmm.
that's still relevant, social media or not. We need
Mm-hmm.
that human connection. We need it. It's part of the dynamic of what makes us a whole, healthy, balanced human. Um, what are you going to say, Wayne? Because I saw you was about to say something before I jumped in.
Not even just that with that, like I said, being personable. That's you even just being able to approach. But I also with what Jonathan was saying too, tying into it. It depends on your age too, because
Yep.
there are some women, they're not as mature in age wise, but they've had some really horrible experiences with people, and they don't want you talking to them. When
Right.
they're out and about, they are like this tunnel vision. They don't want nobody tapping on your shoulder. They don't want to hear "excuse me, miss," because they automatically thinking bullshit.
Hmm.
Get away from me. And it's
They need to
sad
be healed.
like that. Do you know? Because they don't understand what RC was talking. We really had what it takes for me to go across this entire room. You was at a party or something. I gotta go across this entire room through all these people because I see me seeing you. And
Right.
I'm trying to get to know you, but I can't do it from way over here.
Hmm.
So I gotta muster up the courage to walk my ass through all these people bumping and grinding on each other, to come to you face to face and ask you, what's your name? How you doing? Would you like to dance? Do you understand how much work that fucking takes you?
Oh, what was that song?
That's,
Excuse me,
that's why you.
miss. What's your
What's
name?
your name?
Where you
Where
from?
you
And
Luther.
from?
can I come
Luther.
talk to
Luther.
you? Can I take you out tonight? That's the one. We need to get
That's why
back
you
to
make.
that.
That's why you make that eye. Like that's why you get that eye contact first. Eye
Hey,
Oh,
contact is a little bit
speaking of
but
eye
we
smile.
also
contact.
had our music was different. They would
Hmm.
teach you
Oh
things
yeah.
like how to approach a girl. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
we would have music
Mm-hmm.
that would also teach us how to express ourselves. I've told my teenage children for the longest, baby, there's a song for every
Absolutely.
situation and scenario. If
Mhm.
you want to
Mm-hmm.
know, I made a whole playlist on when you could burn CDs.
Uh,
And I made a playlist about a song that was called The Evolution of a Relationship.
mm.
And
Mm.
there was a song for when you lock eyes and in first come across each other's path. There's a song for when we first have our first date. There's a song for when we the first time we make love. There's a song for, or even the first time we're alone, but you feel like it might be too soon. Or then when you finally do it, Janet Jackson's Funny How Time Flies. Come
Hmm.
on, man. Listen, but anyway, that's a song for
Yep.
every situation there. We could have songs. Remember the group High Five?
Hmm.
Yep. Yep.
And I'll be thinking about you every night. That he had a whole conversation with that girl. He
Tevin
do
Campbell's. That's why Tevin Campbell's Can We Talk is such a
Can
staple
we talk?
today. That was an imaginary conversation he was having with
Mm-hmm.
himself in the mirror because he said, if
Mm-hmm.
I,
that was
this
one
is
of the
to the
songs on
mirror.
my stages. That's the
Right.
asking the girls,
Can we talk?
like this.
I loved it. But this is what I want to say about eye contact. That's the other part about social media that is missing. You cannot
Mm-hmm.
the paraverbals and the nonverbal communication is missing. And nonverbal communication is a good
Mm-hmm.
80 to 90% of the whole conversation.
That's right.
The words are a very small part of the conversation. So when we are
Mm-hmm.
dating and we're trying to do it on virtually only on social media and dating apps, we miss that's a crucial element. I can't get a feel for you and you can't get a feel for me through a picture. Because if social media has taught us anything, it has taught us that catfishing is real and you can build whatever life scenario you want online. That's why the show Catfish was so popular. And people are still
Mm-hmm.
doing that right now today. So I can't
Mm-hmm.
gauge it through a picture. I need to put my eyes on you and you need to put your eyes on me. And I'm telling you what is really underwhelming is when you put your eyes on some of these people. Oh
Mm.
my goodness. Like,
Okay,
Mm.
dude.
I'm glad you're going here
Mm-hmm.
because another
Oh.
part of that is,
Mm-hmm.
when they came to your job, they always used to say, dress for the job that you want, not the
Mm-hmm.
job that you have.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Right.
the
Yep.
same thing needs to apply when it comes to meeting the people that you would like to engage.
Ooh.
Truth be told,
Yeah.
there's another thing I have to get on my kids about.
Mm.
Who do you expect to impress when you always wearing sweats?
Right.
And I ain't talking about like
Talk to
regular
me now.
sweats, like the expensive Nike Tech joints. I'm talking about the big baggy, I done had in the drawer the last 8 years sweatpants, the ones that might have a little wear and tear in the crotch and stuff. Who you think you impressing with this? That's all you wear.
Here, this is the thing. I think it goes back to that anti-movement, and I don't want to throw feminism under the bus or anything like that. I think it goes back to the concept of if you love me as I come. Yes, we put some effort into that. If I'm coming out for a date with you, I'm going to look my best. I'm going to put my best foot forward. And it doesn't mean that I'm trying to wear a mask and I'm trying to let my representative show for me. If I'm stepping out of my house anyway, I'm going to look as decent as I can look. Okay. Now, if I'm sick, of course, and I got to go out, then I'm not going to be dressed to the nines, but I'm going to try to present myself in the best way, the best light possible, because you only get, even in today's age, I don't care how old you get, one shot. You only get one time to make a first impression. You only get one time.
That sounds like a song.
What song is it?
You only get one shot to make it. Never mind. I'll come back to it. It's
Eminem. I was gonna go Eminem with
Eminem.
You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow.
Right. That one
comes once in a lifetime.
He ain't lying. That's true. And people are fumbling genuine people online because they are adhering to the rules of social media dating, and they really shouldn't. Because look at the fallen relationship gurus. We have the Derek Jackson. We have the Ace Metaphor guy. I could probably keep going and going. Listen, Linda, and listen, Luke. Sometimes your intuition, that part of you that tells you when something is right or wrong, do that. You don't have to go on YouTube all the time. Look at his face. Look at Wayne's face. And go take advice from these people who also have effed up lives.
I told a lot of people from jump, knew Derek Jackson wasn't shit. But read right through him, all right? Knew he wasn't shit.
Not new Derek Jackson.
Anytime. So like, all right. So if you know me, I ain't got no problem. I'm married, but I have no problem talking about relationships, and I have no problem being transparent. At the same time, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So if I'm gonna point out the flaws, the mishaps, the missteps in women, and the same gonna go for men. These dudes only did it one way, and I was like, why is it they constantly attacking men, steady trying to sell women something that ain't real? I said, no, okay. Let them do that. Then that little motherfucking Ace Metaphor came along. What you was? I smell shit. Yes, I do. I sure do. I sure do. And something about that dude was the replica of Derek Jackson. And I'd be goddamn if the whole tonight's conversation blew up. And what you know, woe is right again.
You were right.
Listen,
you were on the money.
When they only talk, it's some other little cats out there that they only talk one way. And I get trying to build women up, but don't lie to these women either.
Absolutely not.
They need to hear when they messing up. They need to hear that they the problem sometime too. Tell the truth. And for some reason they wouldn't do it. They kept harping on men. But anyway, I digress. Leave it alone. Stop listening to bullshit men because it's what you want to hear.
And here's the thing too. I want to get into that after we take this quick commercial break. We should. I'm gonna tell y'all an experience I recently had when we returned when it comes to the communication and us paying attention to what's being said too. Commercial break. We'll be right back.
Let's do that. I like commercials. Commercials are good. Commercials are real good.
Commercial break.
Tired of your resume getting ignored? Wouldn't it be great to have a resume that stands out? Job seekers are getting ghosted due to ineffective resumes. Meet 1-800-RESUMES LLC. They create ATS-friendly resumes that appeal to both robots and humans, ensuring you get noticed. How it works. They customize your existing resume to match job qualifications by optimizing keywords the ATS looks for. Plus, preparation for interview questions increases your chances of landing the job. With 1-800-RESUMES, you'll experience more interviews, better job matches, and confidence in your application process. What our customers say. Sounds exciting? Call 1-877-520-4040 for superpowered resumes.
Looking for great music and dope podcasts? BWNC Radio is where it's at. Black with No Chaser Radio. Download the app now. Come for the dope podcast, stay for the dope music. Also available on Apple Stores and Google Play Stores.
All right, so welcome back. Thank you so much. Those are our sponsors for tonight's show, 1-800-RESUMESLLC.com and BWNC Radio. If you need a resume, you need help with job searches, any of that, please check us out at 1-877-520-4040 or check out BWNC Radio. It is Black-owned radio for us, by us, for the world, actually. And it is free to download. Please support. It is a growing Black media outlet, and we do need your help. Along with Fanbase, if you're not on Fanbase, it's also a Black-owned social media app, and it's in its infancy stages too. So please come on over and join us. And those are our sponsors. Yay! Back to the conversation at
I want to
hand.
give a shout out real quick to Black with No Chaser though.
Okay.
Hopefully, if you're not tuning in tonight here, you're over there talking to them because they are trying to take a trip to Africa, January 2026.
Okay.
So they're trying to see who all is interested and really get us, or for some of us, reacquainted with the motherland. So if that's something you're serious in, go find the Black with No Chaser page, pretty much on all social media platforms except X. But anyway, but yeah, shout out to them, man. I just love to see the growth, man. Again, the CEO of BWNC, I grew up with him. Like, we went to junior high school, and all that together. And to see this man become who he is, shout out to Mr. CJ Lawrence.
Shout
Definitely
out.
supported by More Media Group, the 4040 Network. And if you say you support Black, don't talk about it, be about it. That's
Absolutely.
really what 2025 needs to be showing you. Stop talking about it, stop posting it, and go do it.
It's time to, like Nike, just do it. We
Do
are
it.
here. Thank you for that. Yeah, shout out to CJ. So back to what I was talking about, because my brain will go like left, right, and up and down. For sure. So communication, what Wayne was talking about. What were we talking about before the
Authentic?
commercial break?
Is it authentic communication?
Authentic
Original,
communication.
authentic. Something we can feel.
So this is the thing I was going to talk about. Thank you for saying authentic communication. We have also lost the art of listening. We do a type of listening that is automatic, pretty much listening, where we're listening to respond. We're not really listening to get the meaning of what the person is saying, to understand, and then to respond. So we have that basic listening. Then we have active listening, where you are listening to respond. But there's another type of listening that I learned when I went to get my certification in coaching, which I need to start using. It's called holistic listening. And when you holistically listen to a person, not only are you listening to what they are saying to you, you are watching their body language, the paraverbals. Yes, right. What their facial expression is doing, the inflection in their words, how they're saying a thing to you. So when you repeat it back to them, you say, I understand that you're saying X, Y, and Z, or I can feel that. I see you get a little bit, you're a little bit frustrated. What can I do to help? How can I, instead of saying, well, wait, because Black women, let me get on us for a moment. We have a hard time sometimes digesting criticism.
Oh, say it again for the people in the back.
We have a hard time taking
digesting. We're going to go in and hide for that.
Taking in criticism. And I say that because this is something that I myself had to work through. And look, 40/40 was just on the timer. Confirmation from the Holy Spirit. We really do. And sometimes our partners or people that we're dating in general will tell us something that they noticed about us, and we'll automatically say, oh, he's a narcissist. That's a red flag. Because he pointed out X, Y, and Z about me. Well, maybe it's something you need to be attuned to, you need to listen to. You know, a lot of times we come to the table and we have these expectations as women when we're dating. We want the guy to take us to a 5-star restaurant on the first date. We want him to open the door for us. We want him to make sure he's cashed out us $500. Like, we want this man to pay for our entire time, and he don't even know us like that. He don't even know us like that. And I think it has made me want to take a step back. But here's the thing. I read a post earlier. I think Wayne has a copy of the post where the guy is saying it's crazy now in the dating world, because it's like, I got to pretend like I don't like you so that you'll like me. And then on top of that, I have to wait 30 business minutes to text you back if you text me. I can no longer just pick up the phone and call you if I'm thinking about you that day because I want to have a conversation with you. Now I gotta wait 2 to 3 business days before I can even give you a call. Like, these rules are fucking ridiculous.
These are
don't forget the if she don't respond, she busy. But if I don't respond, I'm with other bitches.
Oh yeah, I saw that on the post today too.
So these are dating
math ain't mathing.
SOPs, right? These are dating SOPs.
Standard operating procedures. Well, we got 2 different sets. If you are a Gen Xer, we got our own set. And if you are a millennial or whatever they calling these, the millennial and Gen Z, you got a whole different set of rules.
Because technically I'm a millennial, but because I was raised with the Xers, I'm a breed. Okay, all the millennial rules don't apply to me. I don't know what
you know what group you are in. There are 2
I know what I'm
rules.
Technically.
Let me put it this way: if you are between 37 and up, because I don't know about them 36 and 35-year-olds, but I'm gonna say 39 and up. How old are you? You about in that group, right?
42.
Okay, 40s and up. Let's go with it. 40, 39 and up. 39, 40 plus. We have a different set of dating rules than those people who are under the age of 39. I mean 39. If you're under the age of 39,
I feel sorry for them.
Yeah, you get this foolishness, this bullshit of I'm gonna talk to you on social media. I'm gonna date. We're gonna go through the dating app thing, and we're gonna do all this.
Phone numbers no more.
They don't, and I need the physical. Okay, and I finally got on the dating app in 2021, December of 2021. And the only reason I did is because I was a little bit depressed. I was still getting over my marriage, disillusion of my marriage, and my ex moving so fast. And I'm still thinking I got to heal and do all this stuff. And so somebody made a suggestion, oh, don't worry about it. Just get on the dating app. And because I was so down in the dumps, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to get on a dating app. And I got on Hinge. It's the only dating app I've ever been on is Hinge. And so I get on Hinge, and then sure enough, like, the messages are coming through. That was so different. It was very different because this is not me meeting somebody personally and they give me their number and we talk. And I get a chance to see them in real time, face to face, physically. I'm talking to someone online. I don't know the rules of this fucking game. I don't know the rules. Okay, we message in this app, and then what happens from there? I give you my number, you give me your number, and okay. And then from there, what happens, right? And then you can't ask the guy that question because then you look gullible and easy because they know you don't know. So they'll take advantage. And you can't ask the women because they're like, oh my God, girl, why you answering like that? You can't say it like that. Neither one of these are helpful. That's not helpful, Like, okay, what's the purpose of the fucking app? If y'all, all you want to do is play with each other, play text tag in the damn app. I'm a grown fucking woman. Do I look like I want to play tag? I've been out of school 30 plus years. Do I look like I want to fucking play tag at any level? Unless we playing tag in the bedroom, that's a different story for a different day. If we ain't playing tag with our body parts, what we doing? What we doing? So I was on and off that app real quick. So I can't stand the rules. For me and my age group, I need for you to make an effort. Even if we meet on an app, I need for you to be trying to get off the app and talk to me in real time, in real life. And what happens is that they do, some of them make it off the app. Then you get with them and you go to a date with them, and then they want to know if you're going to have sex with them the same night. No, I just met you, dude. I had one of them ask me, and this was before we even went to dinner, set the dinner date, going to a nice restaurant in a nice little town, nice place. And he said, so after the date, what are your plans to go home? Because I got to go to work the next morning. He was like, do you have a curfew? I don't. Would you like to cuddle with me at a hotel? I don't want to. As a matter of fact, cancel the whole fucking date because you just turned me off.
Fellas, can I give you a
What?
cheat code real quick? I'm gonna give them a cheat code. Real
Go
quick.
ahead and give them the cheat code because they need
Stop
it.
chasing the pussy. If you actually chase the woman, you'll get the pussy.
Say it again for the people in the back.
If you chase the woman, you'll get the pussy. Don't ask her what she doing after the date. Matter of fact, the whole name of the game is focus on everything but sex with her.
Right.
Make it known I ain't trying to go with you. I'm more interested in hearing what you have to say, what
Mhm.
your thoughts are. And I promise you, the more you listen, pay attention, read into her, give into her, her internal instincts is like, "Bitch, we want to fuck him."
Yeah.
It's natural.
Yeah.
Fuck a woman
Free
mind and her
her
body will
mind.
follow.
And the rest will
As for
follow. I'm
I
telling you,
mean,
man, that's it. That's the cheat code. What did Drake try? That one is a penny dropper. This one is a penny dropper.
quick.
That's the truth. Get to know us first. And here's the thing for you fellas. And these type of fellas may not watch this type of show, but if you happen
They
to run
probably don't.
across it, just get your prostitute, get your escort. They are available still. Those are some of the easiest people you can actually contact and get in contact with. If you just looking for the schmexual part of it, get your prostitute, get your
Just stay on
escort.
the app and go. And when I say the app, I don't mean the dating apps.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the pussy app. Go to the ones. Go to the back
Right.
pages and all these others.
They
Go
there.
where you can buy pussy. Go buy pussy.
Go
Go
buy
buy
it.
it.
go to the
It,
Chinese
it,
massage parlor, you'll be okay.
I ain't gonna lie
Yeah,
to you.
and
I
then
got a
you
partner of
look
mine
right.
right now. That's still my dog, but he 100% honest about this. He said, "Look, I'll pay for pussy because at this day and age, it's a lot
Mhm.
cheaper than dating."
And it's cutting out the
And
middleman.
he's like, "I
It,
don't really
yeah.
want to settle down with anybody. I don't trust no. He got shit he got to deal with. So I
Mhm.
respect his honesty on for that. So he'll be like, yeah, look, I'll pay for it. I get what I need. You get what you need. We go on about our business."
Didn't Juvenile have a song that said I'll pay for it if I want it?
Soldier Slim.
That Social Slim, there is no shame in it. If you know you don't
What
want
do
a
you say?
relationship,
It's
you
only
don't
it's
want
only tricking if
commitment,
you can't afford it,
it's only
right?
tricking if you can't
Only
afford
tricking if
it.
you ain't got it. Is it?
And that's the part. A lot of them ain't got it. That's why they out here trying to surf for the freebies
I mean,
on the
but
dating
that
apps.
really is the whole, and that this is why I say I respect him, and I think people would have a lot more respect for others if we
Hmm.
were just honest and transparent about it, what it is we actually want.
Right.
See,
Mhm.
like truth is, a woman ain't got no problem letting you know when she want to fuck, but she ain't
Right.
finna tell you unless that's all she want from you.
Hmm.
That's
You
true.
do understand? Let me make that clear. If a woman tell you straight up and down, she don't even know you want need to know your name. Drop your drawers. This is all this is.
Hmm.
This is all
Don't
it is. For
don't
a
get your
man,
feelings
he might be
attached,
thinking
bro.
like that now, and
Right.
then afterwards he'll be like, "Oh, you know what? She was cute. She did this, and man, of course, when we did whatever. Yeah, it was really. I want to get to know you backwards, my boy. You
Yeah.
backwards. When a woman get like that,
Play your
that is
role.
at the end of this is the
Play your
last two
role,
words,
player.
and
Play
the
your
text
role.
Don't get your
is
feelings
the
hurt.
punctuation. It is gonna
Say
be a
that.
period or an exclamation mark, but that's gonna be
She
the
could
end of this sentence. New sentence.
Right. I
she
mean,
could
That's
be
hey,
it. Done.
OPP. Look, old school. She could be OPP. Just play your part.
and look, I'm telling you,
Uh,
if people were
for the Gen
forced,
Xers.
play about, we know. Now,
We know it OP.
wouldn't it be funny if we lived in the world where on dating apps, where you put in your profile, like you know how we can write our own profiles on dating apps, but the algorithm know because our phones has us. The marketing companies have all the information and they know us down to 0.0001% of ourselves. A lot of them know that stuff knows us better than we know ourselves. Wouldn't it be funny if dating apps rewrote your real description of you based on
On
the
your
data points they have
algorithm.
collected on your phone. A
Sure,
lot
sure,
of those.
well, you okay.
Credit is fucked up. 12 baby mamas.
You spend 90% of your time on porn sites. I mean, like your phone, if your phone had to create your dating app, what would it say about you? God dang. Baby, that would be
Living
so
in his
amazing.
mama's basement.
But there's a reason. There's a reason why people are ready to drive off a cliff if the girl ever catch up with their phone, or vice versa.
Baby.
Mhm.
Because it's some women. I'm telling you, they got some
It's some
dirty
women out
ass
here
people
too.
in the
We're not
phone.
taking, they're not off the hook. It's some women out here doing the most. And that's one of the questions I get the most in these conversations in dating apps. Are you attached? Are you married? Are you like, because guys ask girls that too, just like we're asking them about if
Are you
they're
in a
attached or do you
situationship?
have a do you have a
Are you
situationship?
staying with your baby dad? Does your
Yeah.
baby daddy know y'all broke up?
Right.
Do
Are you
you have a
single,
baby
single, or
daddy,
are
or
you
do
situationship
your
single?
son has a father? Like what? Because see,
Mm,
again, I keep telling people,
mm,
them baby daddy, baby mama names, those are considered cute nicknames. If you
mhm,
call each other that, y'all actually still fuck with each other. Y'all like each other.
mhm,
Like we good. And should one of us ever have a moment, or we both happen to be drinking and need to get one off, we might fire one off. Here, see, that's what you need to understand. So
mhm,
I ain't gonna just keep it in the buck with you. I made it 100% of them. Don't call me baby daddy.
mm-mm.
We not even know. I don't do that. I don't play that
Because
game.
let me tell you, my ex
Mm.
is my ex. It ain't no baby daddy, baby mama.
That's
Plus
my
our kids,
son's
right?
mother.
That is that's me. That's my daughter's father.
But do you hear who the possession belonged to? My son. That's
Hmm.
his mother.
Mm.
Right. We ain't claiming
Not
that.
not my baby mama. That's
What is she to
his.
you?
Hmm.
That's my son.
Hmm.
My son's mother.
Hmm.
Or if you've been
That's
there,
what
that's
she
that's
is to
my
me.
that's my
She's
former
she's the
spouse.
mother
My
of my
former
son.
spouse. Absolutely. That's my former
Mhm.
spouse. That's the
I don't need
father
to.
of my children. Not
Mhm.
that's my baby's daddy. No, it ain't, because we don't have a
Mhm.
connection. There's no possession here. Remember,
I
we learned
don't.
that possession and personal pronouns and shit and all that in English. This is no longer that.
Mhm.
I don't even
Okay?
Not
say
that.
my ex-wife, my ex-spouse. I don't do because then it's still saying it's mine.
It's
No
not.
ownership.
Mm-mm. No
Ties cut.
ownership.
So
My
Tie
son's
clipped and burned.
mother.
so so there needs to be. I know. So we're getting to originality here, but we have to be transparent on both sides. I
Yes.
think we saw
Yep.
a video before where this brother was hurt because he took he took his he took his stepson
Mm.
camping and came home,
Oh
and
Lord.
his wife was laid up in the bed
With the
with
baby
the
With
daddy.
baby
the baby
daddy,
daddy. Hmm.
and it went left from there.
Mm.
I think that's a man's fear. You know, he's like, wait, if I do this, is if I fall this hard,
Hmm.
is she gonna let me? You know, is she gonna play me to the left for the baby daddy? Or
No,
I
we
think
already
that's the
know. I ain't gonna
whole
even.
movie.
I'm not gonna even hold you on that. We already know. 9 times out of 10, you walk into a situation like that. Bring the talk. Bring. You are dead. Dead. You are dead. Off top, we going in.
Yeah. Not Black Michael Blackson. Here's the thing. Y'all,
That nigga is dead. D-U-D, boss.
D-U-D.
D-U-D.
Dud. He's
Oh my
dud.
God. Mm. This is crazy though. Here's the thing: people short. We got to start listening for that in conversations. If they're always talking about baby mama, baby daddy, they got some type of obsession. Because I saw another story too, where a woman had left her ex. They didn't have children together, and she had married another man who treated her very well. He was a good man to her, beautiful husband. They were about to have a baby together, and her husband happened to come home and see a text message that she sent to the ex, telling him how beautiful of a life she had and that she was about to have a child, but she wished she was all with him.
Excuse me.
Uh-huh. She wished it was all with the ex. Found a beautiful man, beautiful relationship. They got married. She's pregnant. This heifer, this fool wants it all with someone that she doesn't have. God blessed you with a whole beautiful package over here. Why are you
I
still looking
saw
over here?
you in
And that's the
him
thing. You got people
walking
unhealed
in
on
the
these
rain.
goddamn apps. Right. Trying to fill the
Orange
void.
Juice Jones
Orange Juice Jones, man. I
That
loved it.
said it best.
that right there. See, and that's another thing. That's why I said we got to get past this men versus women thing because
Mhm.
if we just keeping it above again, I'm a married man.
Also created on social media.
I'm a married man,
Mhm.
but at the
Me
same
too.
time, I'm a realist, and I have single friends of both sexes again,
Mhm.
or
Some of
whatever
my
sex.
some of
Say
my
yeah.
frat
Anyway,
single, and some
but
of my
all of
female
y'all full
friends.
of shit. Everybody is bullshitting somebody else.
Mhm.
You're not being honest with yourself. You want to call somebody else healed. Have you been in therapy?
Right.
Have you
Mm.
really sat down and talked your stuff out? And I ain't talking about with your last relationships. What about your daddy issues? What about your mama issues? What about your abandonment issues?
Mhm.
Mm.
The trauma from your childhood, the
And
trauma
do
from
you, yeah,
your teenage years,
do you know
the,
your
the sexual
attachment style?
molestation that you buried because you didn't want to talk about it was
Mhm.
too hard for you to discuss. Yes,
Wait, there are
men
attachment
and women.
styles?
Yeah, do you know your own attachment style? Do you know this?
What
Do you
is that?
know?
I never even heard of that.
A lot of people haven't heard of it, but before you jump on dating sites and decide you're gonna be on social media spouting shit out your mouth,
I'm be real.
you should
Go look
know.
at somebody's Twitter page before you really like. If you really want to get to know somebody, go look at the Twitter page
Mhm.
because I find out there's a group of people who really just gonna tell you how they feel. And there are women out there they gonna post and say, "I want my man like this. I want him clinging on to me and yada yada." Sir, if you a man who always working, you ain't got time to be clingy with. You already know there's a chance you're gonna lose this woman because that ain't you ain't what she
Hmm.
wants. She
Right.
it's
The
there
maintenance is too
now.
high.
Women,
Too
let me
high.
be clear with y'all. Ain't no real men out here like that. If your man out here got time to be 100% clingy with you every moment he see you,
He homeless.
okay.
He's a homo. Is he a hobosexual? Is
He's
that
They
what
be
you
saying
just said?
homosexual.
he's
Girl, he got that much time
homosexual.
on
They be like,
his
he want
hands.
to live in her skin. Do you think that that's cute? Say that
That's not
again.
cute. Mm-mm.
Say that
It
again.
sounds like a serial killer.
Say that
Mm.
again.
It's a lot. It's a lot of people, and I'm going to say people because it's not just men, it's not just women who have so many insecurities that they don't even realize that they're carrying that automatically come out. I'm learning through my own healing journey because trust me, I am healing, ing active, not healed. Okay, and this is what I'm learning. Sometimes I can be triggered by the smallest things and not even be cognizant of it until someone points it out to me that I'm doing this thing. I was told recently that I act in a very transactional nature, that I feel like everything should be 50-50. If you do for me, I'm going to do for you. If you do this for me, I'm going to do it for you. What about this? You ask me this, well, you're going to do this for me. And that had to be pointed out to me because I didn't recognize that I'm exhibiting a behavior that I'm trying to avoid. But that's all a
So can I ask you
part
a
of
question,
it.
girl? When's the last time someone genuinely just done something for you because they wanted to? Not because they expected something from you. When's the last time somebody just did something for you just because I wanted to?
I mean, that's happened recently. So, big props.
But if it doesn't
Big
happen
props.
often, we don't always know how to.
Hmm.
We
We
don't.
always think it for to get somebody to move mountains for me. I gotta, it's a you scratch my back, I scratch you. We always think
Right.
it's a quid pro quo kind of thing,
Quid pro quo.
and sometimes
Just for that. Tit for
it's
tat.
not. It doesn't have to be that way. I don't honestly want to be around people who are always like that, always not
Right.
Hmm.
always turned on to. Well, if I do this, because I'm not that person. I'm just gonna do shit.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't expect nobody to be me. But I do expect your intent
Mm.
to match mine. Your
I try to do.
consideration to match
Yeah,
mine. You ain't got to do what I do,
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
but
I try to do that for some of my people, man. I do. I've
that
done
shouldn't
that.
get you burnt.
Yeah.
Um, whether it's donuts or whether it's just whatever.
Mhm.
Past clients, I just pop up. This is for me to you, just
Mhm.
because you know what? Because I care that you gave me a shot when other people probably wouldn't gave me a shot when I was
Right.
younger. when I was 9 years ago, and it's just starting out in this game of real estate. Nobody would have given me a shot. I appreciate you. And it ain't forever. They get gifts in the mail. Don't even expect it. But what that does for a person, in this game, right? So if you're doing that to people who you want to know, right? It's just an appreciation. What do you think the conversation is going to be like, afterwards? What kind of, what are we talking about? So that goes back again to intimacy. Could it also mean into me, I need for you to see?
I love that. I've heard that expression before. I love that. And that's very true. Because in order to be intimate with somebody from both directions, you have to be vulnerable. And that's another word that's missing from today's vocabulary when it comes to dating.
Vulnerabilities.
No one wants to be
Nobody.
vulnerable.
And that used to be a man thing.
Mhm.
It's women too. They are
Because they've been burned.
tired of being vulnerable.
Yeah, because you get burned. You open up your heart to somebody and it's the wrong somebody, and you think it's the right somebody, and you find out they was just here using you the whole time. And then when they get whatever it is that they got, and they go head on to the next person, and now here you are thinking, and this happens to men too. I have literally poured my heart out to this person. I've been vulnerable, I've been open, I've been naked emotionally. We know physically, because a lot of people will give up their bodies before they let you into their heart, in their minds. So people been burned so much because it's the way social media is set up. It's the way the dating apps are set up now. It takes away authenticity. It takes away physical contact. It takes away communication. We can't really feel one another out because we're not in the same space.
Can I say?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't just stop there with your relationships, with your dating relationships. Examine the people around you, your friends, family. Because the same way I don't want transactional love or transactional anything from anybody that I'm dating, I don't want that from friends. The only time you show up for me is if I have to do something for you. What about when I actually need you?
Right.
Because when you need me, you ain't got to even call. Because I check in on you. And if I hear the wrong thing, you ain't even got to say, come through. If I hear the wrong thing, I'm on the way.
Right.
Or let me send something to make sure to help get you through your day or whatever. You'll realize sometimes our most toxic relationships, the things that make us not trust people as much, it ain't always the people we date.
Yep.
It's the people we friends with.
And family.
Or the people we call family. Because we feel obligated because we blood. That don't mean shit. Blood will put you in the dirt quicker than anybody else.
Sure will.
Examine
That is
those
so
things.
true. Yeah, that's part of it. I think social media makes us lazy because who really wants to do the work? I'm at an age now where I'm going to do the work because I just want to be the best version of myself for me and for God, of course. For those of you who believe in God, I do still. God, self, and others. Like that's who I'm trying to walk in love with. In order to do that, I have to examine myself every day. I think there's a scripture that says that let a man examine himself. It has to do with communion. Examine yourself before you come before God and take this communion. Or, have you been doing the work is basically what it's saying. Are you doing the work yourself to be your most elevated self? And I am. And it's leading to being able to have those hard conversations and to listen to people when they give you criticism, especially if someone that's giving it to you out of love, not those people who do those underhanded, backhanded compliments. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about the people who say rude ass shit to you and just say, hey girl, I'm just being honest. No, you're speaking to me out of the envy and the hate that is in your heart, and it's a projection of you. I need you to take that shit back, whatever it is. But if you are really talking to me in love and you're giving me criticism through love and encouragement, I'm going to 100% receive that. But if you're just saying, oh girl, X, Y, and Z, your face alone done told me what you really think. You don't have to say much else. So yeah, delivery is important. Another thing that's missing with social media, apps and shit, it's delivery. Everything on this sucker now is crafted and curated for the algorithm. It's crafted and curated for the algorithm. And I
It's
know
plastic.
this.
It's plastic.
It's plastic. It's Barbie. Everybody wants to become Barbie, and now the internet has made it so.
Mm.
The internet has made it so everyone can live their perfect little dream world and only that. But here's the thing, people have real things to say out here, like us in this platform, encouraging you to be your very best self. And we may not do it in a very traditional orthodox way, but we're here to help you grow as we're growing ourselves. But that message has to be incorporated into pushing out the algorithm so that people can get to the message. So that's the part of the
Mhm.
marketing and the business aspect of any podcast, any YouTuber, any social media person that's here for business purposes. We have
Mhm.
to get in on the game, whether you want to play the game or not. And I said that when I
Mhm.
did my live show and I was reviewing Kendrick Lamar's um, halftime show performance, which I love, by the
Mhm.
way. Some people didn't get it. Well, that's on them. It's a
Yep.
game.
It's
All through that, he had
mhm.
Squid Game posted through there.
Mhm.
It is a game. Whether you
Mhm.
want to play it or not, we have hard choices to make when it comes
Mhm.
to pushing out our dreams. And this is part of it, is to help
Mhm.
other people um become their best selves too. We got to get in on the
Mhm.
algorithm. So with that said,
Yep.
please like, share, and comment on
That's
this
right.
live, and follow the 4040 Network. Follow Jonathan Hawkins. Follow I Am Well Media Group. So I
That's
think
right.
all of our names will be popping up on here. You'll see our names from time to
Mhm.
time pop up. So feel free to follow us. Go
Awesome.
ahead, Jonathan.
Yes, yes. So look, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and take this moment to go ahead and challenge you to show up in your relationships as your authentic self. Take that challenge. I want you to drop in the comments here what you, if you're taking the challenge or not, and how you're going to show up. Now, some of you who are married, you're like, wait a minute, what you mean? I'm married. You still should be dating your spouse.
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely.
And if you're still dating your spouse, I need for you to show up in your most authentic way. Okay.
Can I brag a little bit?
Yeah.
Let me
Oh my
Yeah,
brag a
go
little
ahead,
goodness.
bit.
Brad. Go ahead,
Let me
Brad. Go
brag a
ahead
little
and do
bit.
your thing.
Let me flex my muscle for a minute. Let me pop my shit. So did pay Friday. We get off work. Me and the missus, we chilling. Cool. Kid out of town. She's on winter break. She chilling. We say, babe, I say, babe, they cook dinner together tonight. Well, what you want? Yada yada yada. We done ate out here and there during the week. Fuck that. Let's keep it old school. I go hit the stove. Hit the stove. I went to the store. I came back. All she knew I was going to get was some salmon. I'm gonna make uh some skillet potatoes with it and shit like that. I come back and I got the salmon. I have scallops. For anybody who knows me, I'm allergic to shellfish. My wife loves scallops.
Hmm.
But for me, she will not cook seafood in the house. And I tell her it's fine. I just can't ingest it.
Right.
But she won't listen. So I go and buy them. We cook this meal together. Okay. As we cook the meal together, I realize I'm gonna teeter off. I got shit in mind. So as she's finishing up the last little bits of it, I go and I'm an old school it. What you did when you first moved in your apartment, you had a card table. Well, we had a fire rolling that night. I also came back with a bottle of wine too, by the way. And we had a fire rolling that night. I flexed out the table, front the fireplace, prepped the
Oh,
table, set the wine that was on chill already. I wined and dined my wife.
there you go.
We didn't have no TV on, wasn't no cell phones in the way. Fuck that shit. We sat and we talked, we engaged with each other. Even while prepping the meal, we danced a little bit. This is called dating.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You feel me? I'm this is year 13 for us. June will make 13 years of marriage, but I've been with this woman for 16 years. That shit is still important.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
It is vital. This is what keeps your marriage off of life support. This is just what keeps the blood pumping.
What you call that? And Jonathan also took sweets out for lunch today. It's called watering your
Mhm.
grass. The
Yeah.
grass is green where you water it. Okay. And I have a friend guy, he just started his own podcast. I'm gonna get his permission before I shout him out. But I love the dynamic of he and his wife's relationship too. He's constant and she's constantly thinking of things to do to just bring him peace and comfort and make him happy, just to make him smile
Mhm.
for today. And he does the same thing just to make her smile. And it's not big
Mhm.
stuff. It's like little things
It's
throughout
little
the
things.
month and they both have hectic schedules just like you all do. And I love the way they say, I just wanted to make him smile. I just wanted to make
Mhm.
her smile, you
Yes,
know?
wanted to kidnap her out of her because sometimes he
Right.
works from home, and sometimes I'm working from home a lot of times as well where I'm not showing. And I was like, "It's a beautiful day outside. No, we're gonna take a break. I know you're on call. Put a message up. We're going to lunch.
Mm.
Huh? We're going to lunch. Grabbed her, took her to lunch. Right. Had a nice lunch with her. Right. It was great. And I know she was just kind of smiling the whole way because she was like, because she's always working, she's always thinking about work. But guess what? The marriage is this, right? So think about this. It's a quote I'm gonna give to you, but I want you to input marriage. The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell or a hell of heaven.
Oh, that is a bar. Can make a heaven of hell or a hell of heaven. Oh
Mhm.
wow. We need to put that up somewhere. We need to stick that. We need to pin that in the comments. Put that in the comments. Put that in the comments. We got to pin that one. Um,
Okay.
for sure. We got to pin that one. Where's that other video we had of the guy saying hey, how he's sick of the dating nowadays? Because I'm with him. I 100% agree. Were you able to pull that one?
I got the lady who wanted to have a transaction. That's the one you.
Oh, the other one I sent, it was I sent it in IG. But we
Oh,
can't we can't switch gears though and talk about that. But we've already talked about it. I'm just sick of today's dating rules, or lack thereof, or whatever it is, where it's so superficial and artificial, and it doesn't allow you to be your authentic self. It doesn't allow the other person to be their authentic self. We come with too many. We're trying to meet each other through all of the filters of hurt and pain and insecurities that we've put on over the years. So we don't even see the real person anymore because we're filtering through all of this other stuff. And I wish we could get to a place where we could work on ourselves and really move that stuff out of the way so we can have genuine connections again, you know, and work within that space. But here's the thing, and this is a complete subject change. I saw this video and I told Wayne, we got to share this. When those bills roll around, thank you for putting that in, Jonathan. When those bills roll around every month, I'd be just like this lady. I'd be just like this lady. Put that put that video up, a little song.
yeah, we definitely got to put that. Hold on, wait a minute.
Mhm.
Do it
Wait a
right.
minute.
I wish I could sell coochie, but I love my little fortune cookie. She's so precious. I do not want anybody, just anybody in it. So it's hard for me to do it for some digits. How can you be a hoe? I wanna be a hoe sometimes so bad. A prostitute so bad. I just wanna be like, here's the coochie, give me some money. But God was like, no.
First of all, that needs to be streaming everywhere.
It does.
On all on all music platforms. That's
What's
a
young
hit.
people say? Bars.
Bars. Transactional, as is, hey, I mean, things happen. Listen, my motto, Cheryl.
What?
OnlyFans is always there.
Always there.
It's always there. And ain't nobody got to mess with your cookie but you, especially if you want to make the big bucks.
Yeah, I'm with her, and here's the thing, and I'm with her. It's like you, in if you know energy and auras
Just do you
and
one of these right here.
frequencies, everybody cannot enter inside of your portal. Women are magical. We have portals between our legs that birth souls into this world.
Man,
I
listen.
don't know anything else that is that magical. Okay.
Mm.
So here's the thing. Everybody, my daughter's coming in from work, so y'all can hear some background noise. Everybody does not have the right nor the privilege to be anywhere near my fortune cookie, my portal, my creme de la creme. It is not for everyone. It's not for the masses. Now, for the women who have chosen to make that their career and that's what they do, then that's on them. They have a different set of standards by which they live their lives, and we don't judge them. But that's just not the standard by which I live my life. And that's the
We
other thing we
listen
gotta
and we
we
don't
listen and
judge.
we don't judge, right? But I think I need when men and women both, we need to start separating that, because you'll have men who have engaged with prostitutes, right? And that's where they are. And so when they start talking to regular women who don't do that, they're automatically thinking, well, it's somewhere in her. She probably got that mentality too. But no, that's just your experience. That's what you were dealing with for however long you were dealing with. Or you have women
Mhm.
who decide to change directions and they only deal with a certain kind of man. I had a woman tell me years ago, she only dates a man if he has tattoos and he's tall and he has locks and he's dark chocolate and he's Jamaican. And she didn't care how dirty he did her, but that was her type. Now
Well,
she has
that's
since changed that, but when she changed that, she still thought other men had that personality type. Not to say that all guys that are built that way and look that way are toxic, because they're not. It's some guys that's built that way. I'm pretty sure that's amazing. I don't know none because that ain't my type. But she started dating other people outside of her type, but she still
Mhm.
started trying to attribute those characteristics from the guys that she liked onto these other people, and she was just projecting. It was just a projection.
Mhm.
And that's the other thing we got to stop doing, is projecting all that shit onto
Mhm.
other people.
That's
Drives me
right.
crazy.
Water will seek its own level. Water will
It
seek
will.
its own level.
This is what I need people to read. This is what changed my life right here.
The four
Hold on,
agreements.
wait a minute.
The four
It's
agreements.
called, where my camera is. It's called The Four
It's right there.
Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And this book really did help me put some things into perspective. It's four simple rules to live by. And even if you're a Christian, you can still live by these. The first one is to let your word be impeccable. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. The Bible tells you that anything else is of the evil one. Okay. Be honest is what it's saying. That's the first rule in this book. Be honest, not only with other people, you have to first be honest with yourself. We have to dispel the lies we tell to ourselves. Okay. We
Oh,
have built a
can't be in politics then.
storyboard. Yeah, we put look, don't even get me started on politics. But I'm trying to wrap this up. Uh, you have to be honest with yourself first and then with others. It's called Mastery of Self, which is the second book I got that I'm still working through. And that book is whooping my ass because Mastery of Self is a bitch. The second rule is don't take it personally. People are going through things in life that you have no idea about. And if they come to you and it's a friendship that has ended, or in my case, what really helped me understand my long-term marriage ending is that we each have our own personal journey. And whatever transpired in my as you said, my former spouse's life, in his mind, in his psyche, that's something he had to deal with. It's for me not to take it personally, because that is his journey at the end of the day. It's a
Mhm.
lot of people who are divorced who cannot accept that. It's hard for them to accept that, and they take it personally, and they're like, I hate that person forever. I don't hate that man. That man got to live his life, and he still got to answer to God on his own terms. That don't have nothing to do with me. Don't take it personally. And that's on everything in life, not just that relationship, but every other human contact relationship I come into contact with. The third one is not make assumptions. Do not make assumptions. We wake up in the morning making assumptions about shit, and we
Wait,
do it all day.
wait, wait,
Mhm.
wait.
Uh-huh.
Say that again. Do not what?
Do not make assumptions.
All right,
Mm.
pause. Because now I got to have it.
Mhm.
Ladies, hear me out.
Mhm.
You've heard the phrase, when you make assumptions, you make an ass out of yourself.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's be clear. I might step on toes, but I'm not lying. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm not lying. I trust a woman's intuition, but everything ain't always a woman's intuition.
Mhm.
Sometimes your assumptions are going to lead you right where you don't want to be, but where you actually was looking to be. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You might not have wanted that man to do dirt to you, but have you
Mr. One.
done your checklist as a woman of his?
Mm.
Like, have you checked in on
Mm.
your responsibilities and duties as his woman? Because instead of looking for dirt, you was paying more attention to what could possibly go wrong, and
Mhm.
you didn't sabotage the shit. She
Planting
wasn't the problem.
seeds.
It
I'm
was you.
so glad you said that. Women
Planting
gotta water.
seeds.
We gotta water the grass. We gotta water our grass. We always say it in reference to men when it comes to their relationships. The same goes for women. You have to water your grass. And if
Mm.
you have left that man starving and dry, and you upset with him because you haven't poured into him and somebody else did, shame on you. And I have a TikTok about that actually. I really do. I have a
Mhm.
TikTok about that. That man is not Jesus the Christ. He
But
does
See,
I
not
can
have
tell
the
you
strength of
if
Jesus.
I
you
say
in
that because
church,
I can say it from experience.
your
Okay,
Mhm.
sister's gonna
I
take
won't
care of
go
it.
into where this was at, but I was in a relationship where I was constantly being accused of cheating
Mhm.
because I have female friends. I wasn't always out with my female friends. I wasn't always hanging out with my female friends. And when I talked to my female friends, it wasn't like I need to be ducked off in secrecy or something like that. I ain't do none of that. I wasn't being sneaky about nothing. But I
Mhm.
dealt with somebody who had insecurities. Again, having dealt with their issues. And what type of relationship do you think you feel like you're in when you're constantly being accused of something? Eventually, you're going to say, man, if I'm going to take the charge, let me commit the crime.
Right.
So I finally committed the crime, and then I was labeled as wrong.
Yeah, you're the enemy. You're the enemy.
I'm the problem. No, 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 no. I'm not the problem. I was the result. I was, what they call it, actions and consequences.
Consequences.
This was a consequence to the actions of
Let
her.
me tell y'all something. I'm gonna repost a video I did about 2 or 3 years ago, and it was cheating is a symptom of something that has already gone wrong in your relationship. If your
It's
person
a
is out cheating, whether it's on the male side or the female side, something is lacking. Something has already broken in that relationship.
I like
It
that
just
idea.
hasn't been dealt with. You haven't dealt with the root cause. And you're thinking cheating is the root cause. No, baby, that's a symptom of whatever
Of,
else is broken. I had a
of
lady
the
call me about
cancer
a year ago.
inside of them. Hmm.
Oh, y'all, I had a lady call my phone about a year ago. I wanted to have a conversation with her so bad. She called me from a number that I did not recognize, and she said that when I answered the phone, because it was a local number, it's just not one I recognized. And when I answered the phone, she said, "Whose number is this?" And I said, "You called my phone. Whose number is this?" And she said, "Well, I found this number in my husband's phone." I said, "Okay." And she said, "Is this Lynn's service?" And I said, "No, it's not." And I got real quiet because I was waiting to see what else she was gonna say. Because I was gonna tell her, "Babe, I'm gonna need, instead of going through this man's phone number by number by number like this, you need to do what you need to do and water your grass. Take care of him. He wouldn't be out here sleeping with everybody if you were doing what you needed to do instead of wasting time going through his fucking phone." Now, mind you, I do resumes for a living. All kinds of people got my number in their phone. Now, why it was saved under Lynn's service, I don't know. Because I don't know
You know
nobody. I ain't
why it was
fooling with
saved on the
nobody
lens
then.
server? Because he got somebody going through his phone.
She crazy. That's a crazy
That's
woman.
why. He can't just put your name in there because automatically you a target.
Man, that's crazy. If you that
Again,
insecure, be
been there,
single.
done that.
That's just craziness. Oh, the last rule in the book, The Four Agreements, if you do want to check it out, it's by Don Miguel Ruiz. He has a whole list of books. I'm currently working through Mastery of Self, which again is kicking my ass. But the last rule in this book is do your best every day. Every day, show up for yourself and do your best. That's four simple rules to live by. Be honest with yourself and others. Don't take it personal. Don't make assumptions. Be honest. And the reason that so many relationships are in trouble today is because either one or the other or both of the partners are making assumptions about the other. That's not true. They're not being honest with
Mhm.
themselves nor each other. They're taking everything personally and they're
Yep.
not
Hmm.
doing their best, whether they say they are or not. I don't care what type of portrayal you put on social media for the public. You know when you're doing the work in your relationships and when you are not doing the work in your relationships. And we got to get on it. But I don't know what the solution is for dating online. But my personal solution is I'm not. I'm not trying that shit no more. If he
Yeah,
meet
I
me,
don't
God
recommend
gonna have
dating
to come
online,
down and put that
especially.
man on my doorstep. What you say?
I was gonna say, especially at a certain age, I don't recommend dating online for no. But I ain't even lie to you. The dating apps need to die
Yeah.
unless you're just somebody who don't really get out the house. and you just want to engage with somebody. All right, cool. You know how we used to do with the old
Mm-hmm.
AOL and Yahoo clubs or whatever. Cool, do your thing. But for the people who are looking for something real, something genuine, get off the app. Get off of social media looking for people. Stop getting on them Facebook dating things and Insta. Stop it. Get out, meet real people.
Mm-hmm.
Another big one. If all you do is go to work, come home, go to church, come home, who you expect to meet outside that loop? Because
Right.
you know you ain't
The
interested in nobody's
pastor,
job, and you
the
know
deacons.
if you at the
All right.
35, 40-year-old mark and everybody in church is either older than you or supremely young, you ain't meeting nobody. But I want a meaningful relationship. You gotta do something you ain't never done. Get
You
out
gotta
your
get
loop.
out.
Get
Excuse me.
out your loop. Go somewhere. That don't mean you gotta go to the club because ain't nobody ever found nothing good in a club.
Mm-mm.
But
Mm.
go somewhere.
I'll give
Find
you some
interact with
suggestions.
people.
I'm a single woman now. I could give you suggestions. My friend girls and I, we go
Girl be
places.
doing
We
shit.
go. What'd you
Girl,
say?
you be
I
doing.
definitely
You
do
be
shit.
living.
I'm out. I'm
Cheryl,
outside.
Painting,
just like she was Queen Charlotte out there.
painting
Man,
with
I
a
tell you.
look, painting with a twist and all that.
Right. We do stuff. We go to comedy shows. We go to plays. We go to poetry night, which I plan on going back. That was so dope. I got to
Hey,
put some
poetry
videos
night.
up of that. We went to a Brigadoon ball because it's a fantasy for girls, and
I
we always
saw
wanted to
that.
go, and we went. We
You know
went.
what? You and Riv rocked that. I saw
Oh,
that. Y'all look really
thank
great.
you. Thank
You
you.
and Riv look amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, we had fun. We had fun. We went to Essence Fest. We rented a hotel downtown in New Orleans, and we don't even live far, but we wanted to have a good time. We have been planning um to just do things together. Now, when we want our itch scratched, we do have a person that scratches our itch. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all and tell y'all we don't get it in from time to time. That would be a lie. Okay.
We're all human.
Yeah,
It's
we're all
understandable.
human. So I'm not gonna tell y'all we don't get our itches scratched. And I ain't talking about no rolls either. Um so yeah,
Rose,
we are living our lives.
Rose,
We don't
Rose.
these no, this is authentic. This is the authentic eggplant. Uh we got what you call it. We go take
Parmesan,
it.
no Parmesan.
We go to the what do they call it? We go to the produce stand. Each of us have a produce stand that we frequent. And it's just one for
See,
each of us.
you see how she got that in there? Yeah, I'm gonna go and call it
See, that's the bullshit right there. That's bullshit right there, right there, right there.
the produce stand lady.
The produce stand. They sell eggplants at the produce stand, right?
Oh shit!
Now, here, and now we're gonna talk
I
about this.
thought you'd
Some
be
of
going
these
to the butcher because you got because
steak.
they have sausage with the
You know
butcher.
what we used to say back in the day? We used to call it tube steak. Years
No,
ago,
well,
Yeah,
that too.
yeah,
But even before, when you say really back in the day, they used to they going to see a
yeah.
man
Hang
about a
down,
horse.
going to see a man
hang
about a
down.
horse. So as we are on this journey, looking here's the thing though. With that, and this will have to be a whole separate show because we're getting ready to come to an end of this show. That'll be a whole separate show when you do have like a go-to, but you do finally get into a stable relationship, then that go-to gotta go if that's not the person you end up in a stable relationship with. Because sometimes that can go both ways. You can end up in a stable relationship with that person. Sometimes you meet somebody else, right? But if it's just that schmexual connection, it should not be a hard to disconnect. It shouldn't be. But that's another
Mm,
topic for another day, right?
mm,
It is. So listen, we want to thank our sponsors, 1-800-RESUMES-LLC.com. If you do need a resume, if you need help writing a resume, if you need help submitting job applications, hire them. They are there for you. It's my
mm-hmm.
business. I am an American who happens to be Black, and I own that business. Also, shout out to BWNC Radio. Download the app. It is free. This show right here that you're hearing live will be on that BWNC Radio tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you all can listen on your ride to work or wherever you get, wherever you listen. The following day on Thursday, it's going to be posted to all other streaming platforms. That's Apple, Amazon, iHeartRadio, Comcast, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen
Yep.
to your podcast, this will be available there. My final thoughts is for social media, if you really want to find somebody, Wayne already said it. You got to get off social media apps. And I know some people have found love connections there, but those are the unicorns and needles in the haystack that they find it and it lasts. And kudos to those people. If that is going to be your way, your main way to find people, please be careful, be diligent, do your homework, go research those people. Social media don't like they, they on social media, it lies, but maybe you can
Ain't
glean
nobody
something from
ugly
their
on social
page.
media. I want you to say that.
Nobody's
Remember
ugly on
that.
social media.
Ain't nobody.
Absolutely not.
Nobody's
And let me
ugly.
make that clear real quick. So the way Cheryl is right now, Cheryl is beautiful. Cheryl is naturally beautiful. This
Thank
is
you.
acceptable right here. Now, if Cheryl say I'm going out to poetry night, I don't think Cheryl's leaving her house like this.
No.
Okay. Okay. Now, ladies, don't get it twisted. Men appreciate this look right here.
Mhm.
Please don't get it twisted. And actually, at home, this is how we expect you to look.
Right.
Don't do all that fake stuff about I gotta slip some makeup on real quick before he wake up and give him a lip. We know that you did not wake up that morning with minty breath, fresh breath,
Right.
and lipstick. Stop doing that extra shit.
Yeah.
Stop it. Be
You're gonna
your
get tired.
genuine, authentic self. You ain't doing that for nobody but you. As a man, I ain't never gave two shits about that. As
And on the
long as
flip
you don't wake
side,
up looking worse than you did when we got
which
into
is
it.
what I was going to talk about, because Monique tried to tell the sisters this.
Mhm.
Don't be out here with bonnets on your head. Don't be out here wearing your PJs everywhere. You're
Mhm.
looking frumpy. You're looking unkept. Don't do it, right? Because I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm
Man,
married.
they tried to
I
cancel
ain't
her
gonna.
for that, man.
But
They
she told the
almost
truth,
canceled
Ruth.
Auntie about that, man. Talking about going
But
out
she
the house
told the
with the
truth.
bonnet in.
No folk
She
Sure.
like to go to
did.
Walmart, especially when Walmart was open late night. Well, that ain't the case. It's been 5 years now, people. Walmart ain't going back.
Mm-mm.
So cut
As a
that
matter of
out.
fact, they don't want your black ass anyway. But anyway, we not gonna go there. We're
No,
just
not
gonna.
tonight. Catch
But I
our
want to say
previous
before we get out of here,
shows. Yeah.
shout out to my people here. I'm on
Mm.
Media Group. Y'all see us here, 4040 Network. This Thursday is the last of the refills. I'll
Okay.
say that. The last of the refills for Dylan's Dive Bar because next Thursday, she coming back live with a new season.
Okay.
So y'all go catch up. Dylan's
Get,
Dive. Look, you don't know what the logo look like. I ain't gotta
I'm
play
gonna,
with you.
I'm gonna
What it
tell
You know,
do?
I
them my
look
cup
out for
is
my people.
empty. Dylan,
This
my
Dylan
cup is
Dive Bar.
empty.
Hello.
There you
Dylan,
go.
my cup
All
is
right.
empty.
Matter of fact, let's see if we can slide her in that week. What you think?
I need a read.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Get with her and see if she can come on with us next week.
That'd be
And I
Listen,
great.
want her
That'd be great to
to
see.
put her, we need to have a drink. I like pineapple jalapeno margaritas. That's my favorite drink. That's my go-to drink. That's
hey
what I
man, we
make.
had linked with Dylan.
I'm a mixologist here at my own house. That might be my next gig. But
Listen,
yeah, see if you can get her on.
we'll definitely do that. We'll definitely listen. I don't know if y'all missed the event we had back in Hattiesburg, the sneaker ball, man.
That was
Yeah,
You
great.
know,
I missed that one.
y'all, if y'all could have been in at the house, listen, these my people here, feel me? You feel me? But I know Cheryl, you ain't seen Dylan since then, man. But I
Yeah.
kicked it with her a few months back for a karaoke. I went and did karaoke. Again, get out and do something different.
Yeah, do some shit.
Do some
Get out the
different shit.
house.
You feel me?
Get
Because
outside.
all kinds of
Get
stuff, man.
outside. We outside, right?
We
Yeah.
Go.
outside.
But who knows, man? We could probably, if we could go ahead and get this support up, we would love to bring an IMO Media Group event to your city. We would love
Right.
to do that. Come and kick it,
Oh, that'd be
hang with
great.
our people, man. Because honestly, we have a damn good time when we actually do
We
get
do.
off this camera.
Yes, we do.
It's good spots here in Dallas. If that I already know.
Hey, man, look.
I
Right.
already know. I
Hey,
already
we
know.
gonna come stomping through Dallas soon.
Thumping
That's
through
what's up.
Dallas.
I got family out there. Matter of fact, shout out to the Bolins.
All
Yep, yep,
right.
yep, yep, yep.
Oh, and speaking of
Don't
Kim's
forget
out
Avery.
there, we gotta get Ball Talk with Kim on the I Am More Media Group. But that's another
Mhm.
topic for another day. Look, thank y'all for joining us. If you happen to catch this live after we wrap, please like, share, support,
Yep.
subscribe. More shorts coming because I like being a funny woman too. So y'all get to see me be funny. Anyway, have a good night. God bless you. We'll
All
see
right.
you on the next show. Bye.